Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In light of the Brian Williams story and him stepping out for 6 months, lying about a lie, while the real liars of the Iraq War have never had to be held accountable at all, it's reminded me of Al Franken's book written from the time the Iraq War first began, back when Brian Williams first told his fib. That book was called Lies and the Lying Liars Who Tell Them. And at the time, Al Franken was really going after Bill O'Reilly and Ann Coulter, and for good reason. However, Al Franken is also part of this thing that I'm exposing. Al Franken, he's from the Franken family, a name with 33 gematria. Before he was a politician, he was a famous entertainer on Saturday Night Live. He used to play the character of Stuart Smalley. Smalley's a 33 name. Let's see, where's that at? Let's watch what his character used to do once upon a time on Saturday Night Live.
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Ah, that's Stuart Smalley, played by Al Franken when he was younger. But anyway, True Seeker, once upon a time I was a lot younger and I read this book just interested in what he was going to say because at the time I saw that Bill O'Reilly was he was something else. At the time I just couldn't figure out how he was even on TV. I mean, talk about signs something's wrong, right? It's hard for me to believe that all these years later he's still on TV. Anyhow, Al Franken, before he was a politician, had a radio show on the network known as Air America, which was a liberal, left-leaning, openly radio network. But back when it was on, I used to listen to Al Franken's show because he made me laugh quite a bit, and he caught funny things such as this. This is back from the early 2000s when this happened. This is Al Franken calling out Bill O'Reilly, who got busted on his radio show. Take a listen.
And once again, I'm going to play this, just this gem we found from O'Reilly's show. Let's play that, Chris.
But I tell you what, I've been in combat. I've seen it. I've been close to it. And if my unit is in danger and I got a captured guy and the guy knows where the enemy is and I'm looking him in the eye, the guy better tell me.
True Seeker, just so you know, that voice talking right now is the voice of Bill O'Reilly from Fox News, who also has a syndicated radio program.
Or else.
That's all I'm going to tell you. He better tell me. If it's life or death, he's going first.
Tough. Now here's a caller. Caller calls in.
Roger, Portland, Oregon. What say you, Roger?
Yeah, hey, Bill. Bill, first things first. You just said that you've been in combat, but you've never been in the military, have you?
No, I have not.
Then why do you say you've been in combat?
Why do I say that, Roger? Because I was in the middle of a couple of firefights in South and Central America.
But you're a media guy.
Yeah, a media guy with a pen, not a gun.
Notice that these fibs are a lot like the fibs Brian Williams told, and people such as Hillary Clinton, who have never been held accountable for their lies. All right, let's continue.
And people were shooting at me, Roger.
Because people might think that you actually were in the military.
Oh, we don't want to mislead anybody, but I made
Yeah,
it quite clear in many,
You know,
many
fair and balanced
circumstances.
we are.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Roger. You know what? You can take your little fair and balanced snip remark and shove it. Okay? You're not getting on this air. And you, Mr. Macho Man, would have never come close to anything that I've done down where I've been. Okay? So take a walk and, well, enough said.
Well, man, I mean, down where he's been, man. So this is great. Now it's our first time presenting. Air America is pleased to present Sergeant Bill O'Reilly's Tales of Combat. As you'll remember in our last episode, Sergeant Bill O'Reilly had taken temporary command of C Company in the Fighting Big Red 1 following the death of Lieutenant Jack Carstairs. As we join the action, Sergeant O'Reilly is attempting to come to terms with Lieutenant Carstairs' death. Damn. Jack Carstairs was the finest man I ever knew. Curse the Huns.
I'm not sure there are any Huns here in Guadalcanal, Sarge.
Shut up, Kozlowski. You ain't paid for your opinions.
Well, it's not really an opinion, Sarge. It's fact. We're in the middle of the Pacific. We're fighting the Japs.
Look, I'm not going to debate you, Kozlowski, okay? You're a pinhead corporal, right? I outrank you.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. How did you get to be sergeant?
Just talk to the stripes, pinhead.
I mean, you're not even in the service. And those stripes look like they was just drawn on with a pen.
Look, Kozlowski, I welcome...
You guys, if you don't watch Bill O'Reilly, some of these jokes might not be that funny, but if you listen to his show, it's pretty funny, because Bill O'Reilly routinely refers to people as pinheads. Hal Franken does a good job. We'll listen to a little bit more.
An honest difference of opinion, but I will not tolerate insubordination. You take the point, Corporal.
Yeah, I'm already on the point, O'Reilly. And by the way, we're in a minefield. I don't think you should be walking so close to me.
All right. I'll give you the last word on that. I'm going to go back and order Svensson to dig a latrine. I really... I got to go. I'm touching cotton, if you know what I mean.
All right, but I don't think we should stop and dig a latrine when we're heading through this minefield.
Damn Huns. Another good man lost. Somewhere in Brooklyn, there's a white-haired mom knitting a pair of gloves for a boy who just made the ultimate sacrifice. Hey, that's good. I got to write that down.
Mr. O'Reilly, sir, can I talk to you for a minute?
Billy, I work for a living. Don't call me sir. Sergeant will do. And this is about the money I borrowed from you.
No. Everyone told me I'd never get that back. I'm just wondering, you were talking the other day about all the firefights you've been in and all the combat you've seen, and were you ever scared?
Billy, let me give it to you straight. We're in a no-spin zone.
Huh?
Hey, that's good. Let me write that down or I'll forget it sure as shit. No-spin zone. Okay, what were we talking about? Oh, right, your chicken. Listen, Billy, there's plenty of babysitter-type sergeants who'll tell you it's normal to be scared in combat. Maybe they'll say that they themselves were a little bit scared the first time the Huns came after him. But don't you believe it? Being scared in combat is not normal. It's sick. End of story, all right?
So, you've never been scared in combat?
Nope. Not when they've been shooting at me, not when I've been shot. Not ever.
You've been shot?
Figure of speech, Billy. Let's just say I've written about people being shot. That's what we war correspondents do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to get to the rear before it gets dark. I've got to file my story. And you're going to be in it.
Really? Wow, thanks.
It's going to be about how scared you were in the face of battle. What's your last name?
Well, gee, I don't know. I don't want the guys back home. Ow! Hey, what'd you do that for?
I'll find out your last name. I'm going to say you crapped your pants.
You would do that?
It'll be in my next Stars and Stripes column. O'Reilly under fire. So the joke's on you.
Well, in that case, I have nothing to live for. I'm going to charge that machine gun nest that's got us pinned down.
But that's suicide.
I don't care. Ah! Promise me that you won't write that I crapped my...
Yeah, I'd love to help you out, kid, but it's too good a hook, you crapping your pants.
I didn't crap my...
Hey, I didn't take out that machine gun nest either, but that's not going to stop me from saying I did, okay? My readers are going to get a big laugh out of you crapping yourself like that. Guess he's dead. Well, time for chow, and then I'll catch the launch back to the USS Nebraska. I hear they're showing the new Betty Grable picture on deck tonight. Man, she's got some can. Join us tomorrow when you'll hear Bill O'Reilly say, "Listen, Admiral Halsey, these troops made me an honorary sergeant, and they're the only ones who can unmake me one. So you can just shove it, okay?" On Sergeant Bill O'Reilly's Tales of Combat.
All right, Truth Seeker. So I thought that was worth listening to because within that humor, he does a good job of covering everything that our media does. When they lie and they're called on their lies, what they do is they lie more. Or they shout down the truth teller. Just like how Bill or Al Franken was doing, making jokes at Bill O'Reilly's expense. That's exactly what Bill O'Reilly's done through his whole career. And what else is interesting about this Truth Seeker is, like I said in the beginning, Al Franken's part of this. So in a way, it kind of shows you what's going on. You know, these gang of elites, maybe they're not all quite on the same page. Maybe there's even some rifts within them. Maybe no deeper than jokes, though. Al Franken, while a member of the Senate, in November of 2013, he went with 33 other senators to support this funding for more health dollars. And for anyone who's awake, it's not more dollars that we need in health research. It's just truth. We could spend way less money on health than we do in this country and get way better results. Everything that's wrong with healthcare is just a byproduct of what's wrong with the system we live in. A system based on corruption, dishonesty, and exploiting people. They purposefully make us sick, just sick enough that they can treat us with expensive treatments. They manage us. Managed sickness. So, Truth Seeker, just kind of a little bit of a fun post here. Al Franken's one of many, many people in our Senate and Congress with a 33 name. New York and Mississippi are two states where both the senators have 33 names. Never liked that Charles Schumer out in New York. He's a slimy one. But Al Franken, you know, for being part of the Gang of 33, he seems halfway decent to me. I saw him speak in Portland in person once. You know, maybe even within the Gang of 33, there's people who would come to the good side, if you will, if there was a change of consciousness in this country. You know, maybe an Al Franken could be persuaded to help us. I don't know how much power Al Franken has, but he's obviously connected. And I'm sure there's more guys out there like Al Franken. So, yeah, just a fun post here. Hope you enjoyed that little skit making fun of Bill O'Reilly. It makes me laugh every time. It's hard for me to believe that's probably, oh my goodness, like original air date 2005, so over 10 years old now. That makes me feel old because I heard that live the day it happened on the radio. I used to listen to a lot of talk radio once upon a time. All right, Truth Seeker. Until next time.